the front seat, get my meals, I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling the tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live at WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spencer and Eazy. Yeah, young sus in the TV booth. JB Smooth, the ones and twos, doing his thing, playing the tunes as always. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button. Be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. We got a big show for you guys. I almost said big teams. I gotta tone down the UK drill rap. I'm speaking in UK drill rap. Yeah, you've been doing
too much UK. I like it. You're gonna be eating crumpets and beans for breakfast pretty soon.
Is that what they really do?
They literally eat beans and toast for breakfast.
I'm judging. That's gross.
Yeah, it is gross.
That is very gross. Would you do that?
No.
You said you put fish on a bagel one time.
Yeah, smoked salmon on a bagel, cream cheese. It's good, man.
Still sounds gross to me. Got a couple things. Obviously, we're gonna talk about the patience. I seen that's made waves across social media in the Detroit Lions world. I'm very much pro patience. In fact, I think it's not even a choice. There's no choice in it. We're definitely jump into that one. I have a bit of a hot button topic that I know some people are gonna get upset about because a lot of you support Brad Holmes, which I do too. I think Brad Holmes could be a good GM for the Detroit Lions. However, if I had like a track record of like, you know, plus and minuses, I'd have to say the Jared Goff trade, Spinny, I think was his worst move as general manager of the Detroit Lions.
We'll get into that. I personally like it because the Detroit Lions were able to get 2 first-round picks as well involved in that trade.
We'll get into it.
Save it for the show.
Save for the show. Also, guys, we're going to have to get a rookie at some point here. Speaking of Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, do you trust these guys to call a baby QB? Do you trust Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell to bring a rookie quarterback into the league and make him a star? I want to know your guys' opinion in the Woodward Sports chat. Also, Pistons Twitter, guys. Like, you guys are fun to pick on. You're fun to get going. I see this wild stuff from this group every single night. We're going to teach you guys how to watch the Detroit Pistons, all right? How to watch the Detroit Pistons for dummies. The 101 guide to watch them lose, but also look for clues that are like good, signs of good things, Benny. I'm sick of seeing the questioning Cade, all that stuff.
It's a little much. It's a little too early. Those that are questioning Cade, those that are disappointed with the Pistons' performances so far this season, relax, calm down, take a chill pill. This team was never world beaters. If you thought they were going to make the playoffs, that's on you. And that's not on me, because that ain't me. I didn't tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. But you need to take the small things, let them enhance your viewing process.
Yes. And if you're in that group, if you're like, relax, relax, they're losing to the Knicks. We're gonna show you.
We're gonna show you.
Just stay calm,
yes.
Stay tuned, hit the like button, be your friend, tell a friend. We're gonna get into it, man.
We are.
Detroit Red Wings play tonight, Spinny. I know you got some takes on that one.
I do.
Also, NFL trade deadline coming up November 1st. We've seen the Carolina Panthers selling off pieces of their franchise. Can the Detroit Lions do the same?
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. There are pieces that I'd like to see moved. There are pieces that I wouldn't like to see moved. We'll see where you and I are feeling, and where Lions fans as a whole are feeling. But I think you and I will have a little differing perspectives going towards that.
Okay. I also am kind of curious too. Like, again, in the Woodward Sports chat, like, where are you seeing the most value in this team? I guess in that aspect. So if we were doing a fire sale, who's selling the highest? I'm very curious. You guys told me we can't trade Jared Goff. We'll get into it during the conversation. Another conversation. JB, you actually have the truth to this, but can we play that video, Young Sus, where Mike Evans, NFL referee after the game, approached Mike Evans, had him sign some sort of paper?
Something
sketchy. Something a little sketchy. Oh, just kidding.
Beautiful.
Dynamite. Either way, NFL came out and said that it was not an autograph. They said it wasn't going to be an autograph situation. It was, JB, you had the truth to what it was, or what, at least what they're telling you?
Yeah. So earlier today on Armani Edwards and with Maz, they were talking that the referee and Mike Evans both went to Texas A&M. So he was just getting his phone number to basically give to his golf instructor because Mike Evans was trying to be a better golfer. So that's where all that came from.
Are you buying that?
That
Smitty?
is no. I'm not buying that.
Sell.
That's just what came through.
That is what the refs are saying. That is what the NFL is. Get out of here. He was scribbling his name on a trading card of Mike Evans. And hey, I think the Lions should be doing that. I think the Lions should be having Aiden Hutchinson go out there and sign autographs for the refs. Like, hey, I'm going to sign you these couple autographs. Just don't call that illegal hands to the face on me. Don't call an offsides. I'm going to get a jump early. I'll throw you an autographed rookie card here. I think the Lions should be using that to their advantage. Schmooze the refs a little bit. Maybe then they can get some of these calls that we've seen haven't been going their way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not blaming like the last game on the referees, but you can't tell me there wasn't a couple calls that were like, come on, bro. Especially the one that ticked me off the most, and I'm not sure if this was the play that Jamal Williams hit the referee in the head with the ball, but the one where like it was a holding call. The play was like Jamal Williams was tackled.
Yes.
And it wasn't even like a hold. It was like up here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was tough. The no call on Craig Reynolds where he got power bombed after being stopped. I'm not blaming that. I'm not blaming those for the Lions' loss.
No, for sure.
There are a lot more that goes into it. The
But
Lions did not go out there and do what they needed to do to win, but it doesn't help.
I gotta be honest too. Like outside of Aiden, I don't really know like what autographs in this team
Who
are
wants
worth
an
having.
autograph from any of these guys? Yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown, maybe.
Yeah.
Jack Fox. You're a big punter guy. You can get a Jack Fox autograph.
Who's a big punter guy though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Pat McAfee.
I guess, Chris, you're a novice.
Yeah.
What are the autographs like you would seek out on this Detroit Lions team?
I was going to say, we can make this a game. Like, is this an actual NFL player or not? Like, if you come up to me and go, I got this autograph, and I have to answer, is this actually an NFL player that plays for the Lions, or is this just a random person on the street?
Robert Kimdichie.
That sounds legit.
Yeah, I'm off on that one.
Not
No
gonna
way.
lie.
He was an NFL player.
What? He was?
Yes, he was.
Okay, I was gonna say that sounds like was a defensive end.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I was about to say that sounds like a badass defensive end. Quite literally.
Quite literally. He
Quite
was.
literally was.
This is something the Lions should be taking advantage of.
Yeah.
If the refs are out there looking for autographs, the Lions should be jumping in line. Yeah, we'll sign anything you want. Bring your baby. I'll sign his head. The Lions should be doing anything they can to get the advantage. And if it means you're signing autographs for refs, I think you should get in on that action. Get in on there a little bit.
Do a little presidential, kiss the baby,
Yeah. Sign the baby. Sign the trading card. Do anything you need.
Yeah, I guess the most valuable autographs on this team, in my opinion, would probably be Aiden and or Malcolm, just because of there's some upside hope at least there.
Amon-Ra St.
Everybody
Brown.
else, they're already trash. Yeah, St. Brown. Swift
St. Brown.
nice. Swift's nice. Yeah, I think that's.
No TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool. I mean, you have an autographed Johnny Manziel jersey. Would you rather have an autographed TJ Hawkinson one?
Yes, which I actually do have an autographed TJ Hawkinson.
Oh, did you?
Where do you get all these autographs?
Where do you get all these jerseys? Like you wore Benny the Jet Rodriguez of the day. By the way, did you trash the Seahawks hat or no?
No, I still got it. I mean,
Man.
it's still a nice looking hat. I'm not gonna just throw it away. Geno Jackson out there.
Geno's balling, by the way.
Geno is balling.
Geno looks damn good. I was going to bring that into the next segment a little bit here too, as we compare the Detroit Lions rebuild to other ones, because not the same.
Not the same.
It's not, and we'll get into it. But I had to do some homework on certain scenarios going on. The rebuild situations in the NFL. Seattle was supposed to be a rebuild this year.
They were.
They're number one in the NFC West.
They were supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league this year, and they're out there balling. Pete Carroll might deserve some love for Coach of the Year.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Geno Smith, whatever it is, comeback player of the year, most improved, whatever it is, he's winning it.
Oh yeah.
That's Geno Smith's award. You can give it to him already.
It's so I feel gross that I discussed Jared Goff as the comeback player of the year this year, and it's Geno Smith.
He's coming back and throwing more interceptions.
Yeah. Exactly. He's the comeback player for the other teams, giving other opportunities to seal the deal in the game. Spinny, I was disappointed in you this week, and I was watching UFC 280.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to call my friend, but did you see that? Did you see that? And you were asleep, bro.
I was asleep.
You were asleep while, second video, if you may, this man became the number one ranked bantamweight in the world.
In the world.
Sugar Sean O'Malley. Look at this guy. Obviously, he's joking there, Spinny, but like,
He's like Joe Exotic.
The rankings came out yesterday. This is the rainbow. That's crazy to think about, but don't judge a book by its cover. But
Number
anyway,
one in the world. That's
plus 10 was the power rankings for him in terms of bantamweight. Probably next in line to face a title shot.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, and by the way, like they interviewed him after the fight too, and like I don't know how to like read. He is a good fighter for sure. Like you can't deny that.
Oh, he's a great fighter.
I don't know how to read him because even when they asked him like, "Hey, do you want the championship next?" He was like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see.
Maybe we'll see. I'm feeling it." He just all he cares about is smoking weed and doing whatever else he wants.
Yeah,
just making money.
He's doing pretty good.
He's doing pretty good.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm so mad he didn't because it was a good fight, bro.
It was. I heard.
Did you see Habib's reaction?
Yes, I did.
I think he technically won, in my opinion. Like if you had watched
a lot of people saying that Peter Yan won because he had so many takedowns.
Yeah, so like what it was is like round one, Sean was way more active. He was touching him up way more. And then Peter Yan had the one takedown. But it was majority, like, outside of that, it was all Sean. Second round, Sean got rocked and dropped. Face was like, give me the one solo cam for this one, sus. This is how he's like. Even at one point he's on the ground, he's like wasn't even looking at like what was going on. But survived that round. So like it was a dominant second round for Yan. I'd almost even say, by the way, Yan got rocked on before that exchange. But then the third round is kind of the same, similar situation to round one. So it was like technically like 2-1. If you're going by rounds, Sean won. But Peter Yan, if it was like a schoolyard fight, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Sean's donezo.
Would you say that second round was a 10-8?
Yeah, I would.
For Yan?
I would. Yeah, he's dominant, and it was all him. I mean, O'Malley rocked him at one point.
Do you think Yan got robbed?
No, I don't.
No?
I don't. I may be biased it too because I'll put it to you this way: I had money on Sugar Sean, and I thought Sugar Sean
he
lost.
definitely won. Yeah,
no. I'm saying I thought he lost initially, but then we watched it back. Me and my buddy Scott shot out, and he won.
He won
2-1. But it's just crazy. You think he's ready for the championship?
No. No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. Aljo's a hell of a grappler.
Aljo would throw him around, I think.
Yeah, Aljo dominated DJ, by the way. I'm so mad you were sleeping on that one. This is a card of the year, man.
Literally sleeping on it.
That's
what happens.
A couple guys got fired in the Tigers front office today, and a couple guys got hired. What's the situation with that?
Yeah, the Tigers hired a GM, Rob Meltzer. He used to be the Tampa Bay Rays scouting director for a long time. So poaching a guy that is responsible for a lot of things that the Tampa Bay Rays do great, which is build staff, get guys, get diamonds in the rough, needles in the haystack, whatever you want to call them, bring them in here and have them be good players for the ball club. So the Tigers went out there, they fired their whole scouting department. They got rid of a lot of their athletic training department, and they brought in guys that know what they're doing. They brought in guys that know how to do their job, and everybody in that Tigers organization has to be a little scared. They got to be a little scared, because we heard of Troy Reaper, but Scott Harris was looking like the same thing. He came in there and cleaned out and said, "You're out of here. Get out of here. Here's a pink slip. Nice knowing you. Have a good time. Don't let the door hit you on the way out." As he is out there taking jobs away from people that have been with the organization for 10 plus years. And I love to see it.
Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you.
Exactly.
If you want that gluteus maximus muscle to look great, where can you go to work out, Spinny?
It's Planet Fitness, because Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone, where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. They have tons of equipment for full-body workouts, and in just 30 minutes, you can get a full-body workout in their 30-minute circuit. All memberships include fitness training. You can get all of this for just $10 a month. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. And remember, tomorrow, Woodward Sports is broadcasting live from the Planet Fitness on Ryan Road in Sterling Heights. You can win prizes like Michigan versus MSU tickets, including a free Black Card membership for 1 year. An autographed Darren McCarty jersey, an autographed Braylon Edwards jersey. Make sure you come hang out with Woodward Sports at Planet Fitness on Ryan Road in Sterling Heights. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Woodward Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag Woodward Front Row. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got one toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
At Alta,
Uptime
matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. Got a big project coming up? Alta has you covered. Make sure you give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment, where
uptime
matters. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Rex.
What up, though?
Yeah, Young Sus, the TD Booth. JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s. We're rocking along on the Tuesday. Going up on a Tuesday. All right, man. The battle line has been drawn.
In the sand.
In the Detroit Lions fan base. Yeah, in the sand. Wherever the hell you are. There's a side that's fire Dan Campbell, fire Dan Campbell. Mm-hmm. There's another side. Let's be patient. Let's be patient. Give them time. This is year 2. First and foremost, actually, Speedy, what side of that battlefield do you align with?
I'm not quite sure yet. We talked about this. I still want to see how things work out. I think if he wins less than 3 games after this year, he should be fired.
I can't lie. That would look ugly.
It's hard.
It would be an ugly situation.
It would be hard to keep a guy who has won 5 games in 2 years.
Yeah.
It would be very hard. The Detroit Lions expected us to believe that something was different. The Detroit Lions wanted fans to think something was different. And it ain't looking too different. It's looking a lot of the same. So as Detroit Lions fans, as members of the media, we should come out and say what we think. And what I think is, I don't know yet. I need to see a little bit more. Because as of right now, we talked about it yesterday, they are only one win off of what I had them at this point in the season.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Yeah.
So I can't be screaming from the mountaintops like I knew that this team wasn't going to be bad. So when you see the Lions sitting at 1-5, yeah, it doesn't look great, but also how much more did you expect out of them to this point? How much more did you expect the Lions to do with that roster, with a rookie second-year head coach, with a rookie offensive coordinator? How much more did you expect the Detroit Lions to give you at this point in the season? For me, that's only 1 win. Now, when you look at how the Minnesota game turned out, you could say that should have been a win. When you look at how Dallas turned out, you could say they were trending to win in that game, but they didn't come through when things were important. So from context of the season, there are a lot of disappointments, but overall, like I said, they're only one win behind what I expected them to be at this point.
Paul Thomas in the Woodward Sports chat comments, and he says, easy. He said there's a third faction, there's a third side, dismantle the entire franchise. I got to tell you, I'd be a sad boy if that happened. Could you imagine? Like, I often, like, this hits my head often. I wonder, like, what do they do in North Dakota? Like South Dakota. Who are you rooting for?
Somewhere that doesn't have a team.
Yeah, like what teams are you guys talking about? Is it just like, do they have even sports talk stations? Like, yeah, the North Dakota Bobcats in high school football are doing great last Friday. Like, what do you?
They talk about hockey in North Carolina.
Talk about hockey? Yeah, I guess North
Dakota.
Oh, okay, yeah.
North Dakota.
I think there's one answer. I hold the flag for house patience.
Okay.
Patience is a virtue, and in this instance, patience is the only truth. This situation was going to take time.
Yes.
No matter who you had in office, in the front office, I should say. It doesn't matter if it was Brian Dabo. I don't know if it mattered if it was Rob Salah, who interviewed and wanted the Detroit Lions job. He's a Dearborn native. He's from the state.
He is.
But just please entertain me, because I tried doing this myself, and like I don't even know how to search this up. But like, can you name me a franchise in a rebuild state that has a quarterback on a $30 million deal? A guy that's taking up 14% of the cap. You bring up the Jets. The people want to bring up the Giants. Young quarterbacks, rookie deals.
Yes.
How about the Cincinnati Bengals? Why can't we just turn it around from them? Go and force it first. Guess what they got, Spinny? A quarterback on a rookie deal. It's a trend. Super Bowl winning quarterbacks happen to be on team-friendly deals. What's Tom Brady known for?
Taking less.
Taking less to benefit the team.
Yes.
Because guess what? Football is a team sport.
It is.
We don't have a team yet, guys. I'm not preaching patience to tell you, oh, I love Dan Campbell. That's not the case. This is going to take time. Like, sit down, relax. Doesn't matter who's in all. This is going to take time. Regardless. And I can't name you a single rebuild that's worked successfully or like even in similarity to Detroit Lions where they have a quarterback sitting on a deal like that, especially when that performs like Jared Goff, by the way, because like you could bring up all these other teams too. I could look at the turnover differences. Jared Goff is 10, if it's second, if not third highest in the NFL this year.
You look at it and you're right. You don't see that a lot. You don't see someone, especially not someone that is of elite caliber, making that much money, making 14% of a team's cap. You look at what the Detroit Lions had when they made the switch, when they got rid of Quintricia, and the Detroit Lions brought in Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, completely destitute of talent. There was nothing there. The cupboards were bare. And now the Detroit Lions are in the cultivating stage.
Yeah.
Where they're grabbing pieces. They're getting a Penei Sewell. They're getting an Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah. They're getting an Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're getting a Malcolm Rodriguez in the 6th round. They're finding pieces in the rough to build a core around. And once you're able to move on from Jared Goff's contract, you get Jamie Collins off of the books.
Yeah.
Trey Flowers isn't eating away at your dead cap anymore. Then the Detroit Lions as a franchise can move forward and make actual winning moves.
Yeah.
Can move forward and get a player that will come in here and be a difference maker. But until then, you are literally hamstrung.
Yeah.
There is nothing you can do. There is not a player in the NFL that will take less money to come to Detroit during a rebuild. It will not happen. I'm sorry, but it won't. The only way Detroit can get great players on great team deals is if A, they're a former number 1 or former first-round pick that's not working out, and they sign here on a prove-it deal, like a Charles Harris.
Yeah.
Like a DJ Chark. Guys that are trying to prove that they are available for other teams, or you get it through the draft, and that is what the Detroit Lions are trying to do. And Dan Campbell knew that coming into this.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell saw this roster. He knew they weren't going to be world beaters. Yeah, he's hyping them up because that's what you have to do as a coach. You can't go out there and say, you guys actually aren't that good, man. I'm sorry. We're just not going to get it done, man.
Well, you know what, though? In confidence, we just having a discussion with Frank Reich of the Indianapolis Colts during the joint practice. You remember he had the conversation? He said, I appreciate you guys, for giving us this look, and I hope that we can give you guys some good looks, too, to benefit you and your team. Like, again, that's in confidence to another coach. Like, I'm hoping like we can give you guys a good look too, because he knows we're not there yet. We're not ready, and I'm not telling you everything is fine. I can't for certainly tell you that for sure, but I can point to signs where I've seen things switch and turn around. I can point to signs. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys game is an example in itself, right? I mean, we saw that historically bad defense somehow make a difference. It looked different, right? And don't forget too. I told you guys this 2 weeks ago when I was trying to defend Anthony Glenn. Were you guys trying to Anthony? I did it again. When I was trying to defend AG from all you bastards trying to take his job. Man's dealing with no experienced guys out there. Kirby Joseph in his first start, again, was directly responsible for 2 of those touchdowns. A couple weeks later, after some coaching up, after being like in the game, having like experience, had 2 dropped interceptions.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, a forced fumble. A helicopter forced fumble. Look damn good. Like, I see good things. I'm not telling you everything is fine, but I see enough to say I'm giving these guys some time because this is an ugly situation. Again, I can't point to a single franchise dealing with the rebuild with a quarterback on a $30 million deal. And if you want to go back in time, obviously $30 million doesn't translate. You can use 14% of the cap in that instance. You can't. The closest thing I could point to is probably the Washington Commanders. How are they looking, though?
Not great.
Not great.
Not great, Bob.
Not great. And no, by the way, they were also in the playoffs 2 years ago, too. So that even that's a different scenario in itself. Like, patience isn't the answer because of I love Dan Campbell. Patience is the only answer. That's your only option. This is going to take time. It just is. And I've mentioned this, too, in earlier weeks. Is like, I feel like Brad Holmes drafted for this instance. He's drafting guys that are going to have to sit for a little while. He's drafting guys who have to take some time to develop. But I think because he knows, hey, I got some time here anyway. If I think this guy's a high upside, let me take him. The Levi one, that sucks. I don't know that guy's coming back to play football. And I wish him well, and I wish his family well. But, like, guys, like, be realistic. It's so easy to resonate.
It's easy, baby.
It's easy, baby. It's easy to resonate and be angry and mad and just, oh, I want to fire this guy. Oh, he sucks. Oh, this sucks. But it's harder to take the dive and just realize the situation they're dealing with. And you can't give me an answer of where this has happened before. Again, Jared Goff has set us back. And that's like leading into another segment we teased earlier in the show. Was that Brad Holmes' worst move as GM? I think it was. We're definitely going to get into it, but not before you tell us about Big Frog.
Big Frog, of course, because you know you can get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt at Big Frog. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog. All you have to do is go in there, tell them we sent you, and they will print you out one on the spot. So go visit Big Frog in Novi today and get your free t-shirt or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
The biggest rivalry in the state is almost here. That means one thing, the biggest tailgate party in the state. Join Woodward Sports for our tailgate takeover before the U of M versus State game on October 29th. Will Harbaugh and the boys pull out the win? Or is Tuck still coming? We will find out at the Big House. Michigan legend Braylon Edwards will be handing out food, prizes, and much more. So no matter what team you root for, come party with the network that does it best. The Woodward Sports Network. The tailgate takeover, powered by Custom Health Centers, Syntron, and Planet Fitness.
Woodward Sports, you see the name! For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries, what will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Guys, you can win front row tickets to see Detroit versus Green Bay. And to enter, it's really, really easy. I tell you guys this all. It's easy, baby. All you have to do is make a video of impersonating Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell. Post it on Instagram and or Twitter. Tag, I almost said the Woodward Heavyweights, Woodward Sports. You can tag Woodward Heavyweights too. I'll let you know if you did good or bad. I'll give you an honest answer. Use the hashtag Woodward Front Row. It's that easy. Front row tickets. Detroit versus Green Bay. I know you want to be there. You want to be there when they play the Eagles. Like, you know they're going to get lost that one. I know I told you it was a guarantee. I'm sorry for that one.
So that's a lock.
Make sure you got to sit in front row. All you have to do the impersonation Dan Campbell. Post on Instagram and or Twitter. Tag Woodward Sports. Use the hashtag Woodward Front Row. And I will see you at the game. Drinks on Spinny. What up, though, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex.
What up, though?
We got Young Sus in the TV booth. JB Smooth with the 1 to 2s, and we're rocking along on a Tuesday. I went off a little bit in the last segment. I got carried away. There was even points I didn't even get to make.
Yeah.
I apologize about it, but this franchise is set back. Not just from the previous regime. I think Brad Holmes' hands a little bit dirty here too. A little bit. And you guys know, I've been on record for praising Brad Holmes and some of the moves he's made. But, like, I think you're only being realistic when you point out some of the ones you don't like. I think the trade for Jared Goff set us back a bit longer than we needed to be.
You really think so? You really think that's the truth?
I truly, yes.
So you're the one saying Brad Holmes is drafting injured players. Brad Holmes is doing this and doing that because he knows they're not going to be ready just yet. Because he knows the Detroit Lions are not in a position to go out and win right now. But trading for Jared Goff and getting 2 first-round picks out of the deal sets us back more than that.
2 first-round picks from who, Spinny?
The Rams.
The Rams, who went ahead and did what they set out to do and win the Super Bowl, which landed us a 32 overall pick, which is
turned into Jameson Williams.
Yeah, it was basically, that's one thing I do want to credit him with. He did turn that into a top 15 pick, and he did grab Jameson Williams, and we don't know what he is as a product yet, but we're all pretty hopeful, and we think that he's going to be a good football player for the Detroit Lions. But nonetheless, it was the marriage to the contract with Jared Goff.
It's not a marriage.
That I was in disagreement.
It's not a marriage.
But it is though. For the first 2 years, it was a marriage. You weren't getting rid of that deal.
The first 2 years don't matter anyway. You said it yourself. He's preparing. He knows this is going to take longer.
They matter.
He's not worried about the next first 2 years of his regime.
It could have been quicker. You could have.
This roster could have been that much better.
Yeah.
In what, 2 drafts?
2020, Spinny. You like J.C. Horn? You said it's a bad man. Become one of the better corners of the draft. Drafted immediately after Detroit Lions by the Carolina Panthers. Guess who wanted some of that Matthew Stafford action? That very same Carolina Panthers. You married yourself to a contract that not only handcuffed you in the cap situation, right, where you can't go out and spend some money to put some depth on your roster, because you don't always. We're Detroit, right? We're not always necessarily going to get the shiniest, flashiest piece in free agency. Sometimes you just need some guys who are going to fill your roster. Sometimes you need the Charles Harrises. Sometimes you need the Deshaun Elliott's, who you sign to these B-level deals, but they end up shining a lot brighter. And then you keep them on 1 to 2 year deals. They keep them hungry. They keep Charles Harris at this point, he's hurt as well, but not looking the greatest. But Deshaun Elliott, another good grab for him. You have Jared Goff in that $30 million deal. You're handcuffed when it comes to free agency. Not only that, too, J.C. Horn was the name I brought up with the 8th overall pick. The guy we just saw against Penei Sewell this past Sunday, Micah Parsons was another guy you could have grabbed too. You start your rebuild.
I don't think
sooner.
not grabbing Micah Parsons is hand in hand with trading for Jared Goff. I don't think that's how that works.
Well,
you could have had Micah Parsons.
I'm not telling you that's how it
regardless.
works, but I'm telling you that's an option you could have had, right?
You still had the option after you had Goff. That option was still presented to you.
You could have got Penei Sewell and Micah Parsons. You have the number 2 pick in this year's draft. Okay, so say you don't want to take a quarterback that early. Guess what? That's then an asset for a team that may want to. A team that wants to move up to grab that Aiden Hutchinson pick. You know what I'm saying? And then you still have the cap situation, too.
You think you would have got 2 first-round picks for Stafford without trading for a Jared Goff?
I don't care about the first round. Then
how would we have gotten Penei Sewell and Micah Parsons if you don't have 2 first-round picks?
I'm talking about the Carolina Panthers situation specifically, right? They were pick 8. We took Penei Sewell 7. Next pick, you take Micah Parsons. You take J.C. Horn. I mean, you take whoever the hell you want. I mean, there were guys. You liked Mac Jones. Some people liked Justin Fields. I necessarily wasn't in love with them as franchise guys, but there were pieces that could have held you down for a minute. I wouldn't want to burn a first-round pick on them because I don't believe them in being the guy, the truth. But when you took that Jared Goff contract and you handcuffed yourself to that for at least the 2 years, last year, this year, a guy who's performing like minimally bad, you could get that same performance out of a Teddy Bridgewater if we got him in that deal. Out of any guy you put in that starting spot, you're still putting yourself in prime position to draft early and get an actual quarterback. Say it wasn't last year. Again, it's the same scenario. Let's say we won only 3 games. I did it. Whatever. But say the Detroit Lions won 3 games. You're still sitting there at number 2 spot. That's then a trade asset to move back, and then, hey, maybe you get that second first-round pick that you like so much. You get that when you trade back out of that second-round pick.
I wouldn't want to trade over. I wouldn't want to trade out of the second overall pick. This team needs talent. You need new draft picks. You need early draft picks. If you need
talent, wouldn't you want more draft picks to pick up talent with?
Yes, that's why we got 2 number 1s. That's why
That's why you trade out of that second overall pick, and then you grab another first-round pick. And if it's a later first-round pick, guess what? You end up with Kenny Pickett. You can't start a rebuild until you have a face of your franchise. That was a comment I saw in the chat, in the Woodward Sports chat, and I apologize, I missed the name on that one. But we don't have that. This rebuild, and I'm not even calling it a rebuild because we have nothing to rebuild too. We were never nothing. Detroit Lions has been a petty organization for a long time. But you can't start that rebuild until you have a face of your franchise. Taking Jared Goff, you just, again, handcuff yourself for free agency. You're not grabbing your face of franchise.
You were already handcuffed for free agency.
You weren't.
You weren't?
You weren't.
Not with $28 million on the books of 2 players that don't play for your franchise anymore?
You also took on $20 million when you grabbed Jared Goff in that situation. That's why the Detroit Lions had to restructure his deal to spread that cross-signing bonus. Like, you handcuffed yourself to that contract, yes, for 2 years, guaranteed for sure. Handcuffing yourself in free agency, and you still could have got another first-round pick if you wanted. If you would have made the deal with Carolina, I mean, anyone. It was more of a favor to his buddy over in L.A. I don't think it was. I can't necessarily tell you it was the best deal.
I think he was going to get the most out of his return.
I don't know that it was the best. I don't think that was the most out of his return, though. I think you could have got the Carolina pick. You could have got Micah Parsons at that point, J.C. Horn. Either of the two. You like them both.
I do.
I like them both. I'd love to have both those guys on this Detroit Lions roster and watch them every Sunday. And then you still had the pick the following year because you're not going to have a good year. We had no quarterback. You have another high-round pick. You don't like the quarterbacks in that situation. You trade back for more high-round picks, more first-round picks.
But now you don't have to because you already have 2.
But it's the same thing, though, Spencer. I don't understand.
But the same thing, same situation.
No,
you don't like anybody there. You can trade that again. You can do the same thing you're talking about. But in this situation, you have an extra first-round pick.
No, this situation, you can still get that extra first-round pick. And by the way, you also free yourself with so much damn cap space that you could make some moves along with it.
So you're saying right now we can't trade our pick back and get an extra one? We can't do that, even though we have an extra first-round pick? So now, in your situation, if everything plays out, except we did trade for Jared Goff, we would have 3 first-round picks.
So you are multiple years removed from that, and that's what I'm telling you. You set yourself back. You could have did all this sooner.
You think this team would have been anything? This team wouldn't have been any better.
I'm not telling you, but listen, you're not listening. I'm not telling you that this year would have been different in terms of like winning games. I'm telling you, you start your rebuild sooner. You start an actual build sooner. Because with Jared Goff, you're sitting there, you're patient for a long time because you can't do nothing because you can't cut him. You're paying that $40 million dead cap. You can't trade him. You're paying that $30 million dead cap. You're stuck. If you didn't have that contract, 1, you have the free agency. 2, this year you could address the quarterback position if you wanted to. If he's a placeholder, whatever you decide to do with it, that's what you decide to do. But you're a year delayed in doing it now with Jared Goff. You could have started this process this year. Because no matter what we do next year, even if we grab a rookie quarterback, he's not doing year 1. He's not doing nothing year 1. He's just not. Mac Jones in the playoffs, sure. There's never been a rookie quarterback in the history of the NFL to win the Super Bowl. I believe the youngest was Ben Roethlisberger. Second youngest to get there, I believe, was Joe Burrow, and he lost. Like, you just set yourself back. That's why I think it was the worst move. Also, you don't have an identity.
I think this team was so far away from contending for a Super Bowl, regardless of that, from being a decent team. They needed pieces. They needed to build in the draft. They got the most draft picks out of it, and saving cap space from Jared Goff to bring in veterans on defense or whatever, that wouldn't have helped this team in the long run. Going to sign guys with that money that you had for Jared Goff to bring them into this team to make it, a 5-6 win team rather than a 2-3 win team, that does nothing for me. The Detroit Lions needed needed to get the most maximum value out of that, and they got 2 first-round picks out of it. That is the most maximum value. You bring on a contract in Jared Goff that, yes, it's not great. It doesn't look great on the books, but you take Jared Goff's contract and cut it in half and sign 2 $15 million players on the defense, that would do nothing to increase this team anymore.
How does that do nothing, Spencer?
Because you have to pay those guys, then you have to pay everyone you drafted, and right now, in 2 years or in a year and a half, their books will be clean, and they can sign these high draft picks they got. They can sign someone else when the team has a foundation. It has a ready foundation. They had to build that up first. The foundation wasn't there. The foundation wasn't ready to go.
There now.
It's starting to get there because of the draft picks they've accumulated.
You still have that same situation if you don't trade for Jared Goff. I don't understand.
If you don't trade for Jared Goff, you don't get an extra first-round pick.
Hold on. You're telling me that 2 defensive players don't do nothing to this team. They don't say anything for you.
They don't make it a playoff contender. They don't make it a Super Bowl contender.
Did I at any point say, hey, this year, if they would have did that, they would have made the playoffs?
You signed 2 veterans in 5 years. That doesn't make you a playoff contender. They'll be gone by then.
Spencer, but my argument isn't saying we would have made the playoffs this year. That's not the case I'm making. I'm saying you delayed your rebuild by taking on the contract of Jared Goff. You said 2 $15 million defenders, whoever the hell they were, would have benefit the Detroit Lions defense. Spinny, what are 2 things they're missing on this defense?
A linebacker and a safety.
Experience and talent was the answers I was looking for.
Okay.
But guess what you get out of those 2 $15 million defenders that earned a $15 million contract because they were pretty badass in their career. And you get that experience, you get that talent. And not only that, you have that veteran presence in the locker room to teach these young guys that you do bring in.
And those guys are gone by the time your young guys. What, are you signing them to 8-year deals? Are you signing these guys for 7 years?
It's been 1 year. They're just leaving after 1 year?
They'll probably sign a 2-3 year deal and then be gone. When you need them after those 2-3 years. When these young guys you have cultivated are ready to win, then you bring in the vet to push you over the top. You bring in guys to help you there. When the young guys you brought in are ready to win. Not when you're just bringing in young guys. You say, okay, I'm going to go spend $30 on 2 players. Or $30 million on 2 players?
But you're saying like they're not going to be there for when like you start your transition. They 100% would. No one's signing. If you have prove-it deals, sure. When you sign those guys to 1 to 2 year deals, and at that point you're kind of just building depth. But no, if you're signing 2 $15 million guys, they're probably going to be here for at least 4 years, 3 or 4 years. And again, you can't start a rebuild until you have a face of your franchise.
And that's what Aiden Hutchinson is supposed to be. Aiden Hutchinson is supposed to be the face of your franchise.
Guess what?
Aiden Hutchinson was the number 2 overall draft pick in the NFL.
Guess what? They make that move to Carolina Panthers. They pick Micah Parsons. Is he the face of your franchise at that point?
Probably, yes.
You know what I'm saying? You start the whole process a year earlier. And that's my argument.
I don't know. I think you have more assets now. You have more ability to get more players to bring them in.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Tomorrow we'll open up the phone lines. I want to hear what you guys got to say.
I don't think you can kickstart something when your team isn't ready for that. Bringing in a Micah Parsons 1 year earlier doesn't change the lack of depth on this roster. Doesn't change the lack of anything else on this roster. 1-2 players don't. This team was 8 to 10 players away, and they needed to get that out of talent. And that's
shut your mouth and tell us about.
They got more of it with trading for Jared Goff. But
lies.
We are fighting pretty hard here. We're going at each other, and maybe we need someone to talk us down a little bit, and that's why SMA is the place. SMA, or the Sports Marketing Agency, helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. Trust me, guys, I used to work in this field. I know stigma can be a big reason why people don't come forward because they think they'll be judged for their problems. If you or someone you know is struggling, head to smdsportsma.com to get the help you deserve.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag Woodward Front Row. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got one toe, two butt cheeks, and a rock.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there.
And that one Lions playoff win in 1991, yeah, Detroit fans were there.
Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play as well as private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they have a $2 mystery beer vending machine as well as multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you come check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live at WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
What up,
we got Young Sucks to the TV booth. JB Smooth, the 1 to 2s. We're rocking along on a Tuesday. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, you gotta stop.
I can't help it, Mike. It is what it is.
Watch the Peaky Blinders. Get it out of your system.
If Jared Goff wasn't the worst move for Brad Holmes, who was? Or what was? I'm just curious.
Hindsight being 2020, Levi Onwuzurike.
Yeah.
Re-signing Charles Harris as he has not performed up to his ability so far. Drafting Ife Melifonwu, who hasn't been. Me and you as people think he will be a better player. The Detroit Lions hope he will be a better player. Thought he would be something, but he hasn't played.
Not looking great.
Those were the 3 biggest ones to me. Levi Onwuzurike probably reigns on top.
Yeah. Part of the reason I thought the Jared Goff move was one of his worst, or the worst. And again, I'm not trying to bash Brad Holmes, but dude's bad. Man's not hot.
He's not hot. We knew that.
We did. And
you and I did, at least.
Yeah.
Lions fans.
Yeah. We're haters.
Yeah.
You guys are haters. You don't know nothing. We're not even halfway through the season.
Hated on us. The man's got the most turnovers in the league since 2019.
Facts. Big facts.
Big facts.
Boom, boom, boom. Nonetheless.
Brockers in the Woodward Sports chat.
Brockers is up
People
there.
are saying Michael Brock. That is a bad move as well.
Yeah.
He has done absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Guys, stay tuned. Mr. Beast not joining the show. Make sure you don't miss that. Nonetheless, mate, being that Jared Goff is hot garbage, we can easily say that Detroit Lions probably need to address that quarterback position.
They do.
Do you trust this regime with the rookie quarterback? You think they'll mess up his mentals?
Mess up his mentals, getting more twisted up top, yeah?
Drive him mad.
This is something I had to sit back and think about.
Me too.
Me too. I don't really know how to feel about this, but I'm going to say yes. Okay. I believe the Detroit Lions, as they are constructed now, would be able to get something out of a rookie quarterback. You see what the Detroit Lions and their coaching staff has done with guys like Penei Sewell, guys like Malcolm Rodriguez, guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, guys like Jonah Jackson, people that have brought here, even Kirby Joseph early. We see how much he's improved on a week-to-week basis. The Detroit Lions have shown that they can help players improve. The Detroit Lions have shown that they can get something out of young players. So when you're talking about guys at the top of this draft, whether that be Bryce Young, whether that be C.J. Stroud, whether that be Will Levis, Hendon Hooker, whatever your flavor is, these are guys that are extremely talented for a reason. And I believe the Detroit Lions coaching staff, as it is, would be able to go out and bring the best out of a player like that, to go out and utilize him to his best capabilities. You see what Ben Johnson had Jared Goff looking like a top 5 quarterback in the league for the first 3 weeks of the season until everyone on that offense got hurt and we ran into the buzzsaw that is Bill Belichick. And then the Detroit Lions and Jared Goff came back down to expectations. the Detroit Lions and Jared Goff need all of their weapons healthy. If you go out and grab a talent like a Bryce Young or a Will Levis or a C.J. Stroud or a Hendon Hooker, that player would not need everything right to go around them. That player you would have flexibility with as a Detroit Lions coach. You would be able to push the ball down the field. You would be able to do different things. That player would be able to extend plays in the pocket and not turn around and go face first into Micah Parsons, who's rushing you on the side. Oh, okay, I'm feeling good. We're looking good in the pocket. I'm going to go out this way. Oh, there's Micah Parsons right there. A quarterback with somewhat pocket presence.
Look, you're doing this.
With anything. A quarterback with anything that knows what a pocket looks like in football would be able to make a better decision in that point.
Football pants don't have pockets, you idiot.
That's mine did. Okay? They're just on the inside. And you slip the thigh pads into them. But I believe the Detroit Lions would be able to maximize one of these talented young quarterbacks. I really do.
Same scenario, Spinny. I was kind of unsure of the matter if I trusted this regime to bring in a rookie quarterback and lead him the right way, and I have like two answers for it. All right, because first and foremost, I 100% believe, tried and true at this point, because we know what Jared Goff is as a quarterback, right? I think that Ben Johnson for sure could, make a rookie quarterback look good, especially one with the abilities of a Bryce Young, a C.J. Stroud. Now, if you want to say Jared Goff is better, sure, but you can't say that they have more abilities than C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. No. Guys who could run, guys who have a bit of pocket presence. And don't get me wrong, there's been comments made of Jared Goff's improvement in pocket presence as he's come into this offense with Ben Johnson, but it's not great.
It's not great.
It's not.
Not great, Bob.
I've seen the clips on Twitter from the honorary heavyweight T.J. Lang commenting on, hey, this sack isn't on Jamal Williams. This sack's on Jared Goff for being stiff as a board in the pocket there.
It was. You saw Jamal Williams literally pushes Micah Parsons as far as he can go on the outside, and Jared Goff is standing back there. If he takes one step forward, he delivers the ball downfield, it's a touchdown. But he's standing there like a statue in the middle of the pocket when your running back is doing exactly what you asked for him. You don't expect Jamal Williams to beat Micah Parsons or DeMarcus Lawrence or whoever it was one-on-one in a pass blocking situation. If you're expecting your running back to do that against a fantastic pass blocker or a pass rusher, then you have extremely high expectations. What he did was buy his quarterback time and give his quarterback an option to literally take one step forward into pocket and hit somebody down the field for a touchdown. But what did Jared Goff do? He stood there looking around, checking his watch, picking some flowers, and got blown up. That was not on Jamal Williams.
Yeah, and I see a couple comments in the Woodward Sports chat. Sapper 18 says, "Well, the sure coached up Blau and Boyle. Let me get this straight for any and everybody tuned in on WoodwardSports.com right now. There is no hope for Tim Boyle. There's honest to God no reason that man should have even been in the National Football League playing football professionally at the highest level. Look at the college numbers. It never made sense.
Never.
I don't understand how in the hell he snuck his way in. Do I say it, Spinny? I'm joking. No, that guy, I have no clue how that guy is played multiple years in the NFL. It makes zero sense to me.
Look at me right now. You, in the WoodwardSports.com chat, you think one of these top three quarterbacks in the NFL draft this year is going to be just as talented or less talented than Tim Boyle or David Blau?
Yeah.
I want you to look yourself in a mirror, say that one time, and ask me, would I slap myself right now? Because that is Stephen A. Smith, blasphemous. That is blasphemous. That is tomfoolery.
That is blasphemous.
Thank you, JB. It is. The Detroit Lions would need to do God's work if they wanted to turn Tim Boyle or David Blau into a competent NFL quarterback, let alone a starter in the league. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I have faith in the Detroit Lions regime to nurture a rookie quarterback simply off of Ben Johnson and what I've seen him be able to do with Jared Goff, which we know at this point, I please hope that you guys agree at this point, is limited. All right, the offensive weapons are there enough. He has a fantastic offensive line, one that has let up the least sacks in the NFL. Maybe it changed after last week. I'll have to double check on that one. But going into that game, we led the least sacks in the NFL for sure. But the only issue is, Spinny, and this is where I believe, like, maybe not. Ben Johnson's not guaranteed to be here long term. I know some people will say, well, look, they scored 0 points against the Patriots.
He's not getting poached this year.
And they only put up 6 against the Cowboys, which the Cowboys have one of the better defenses, but they also fumbled the goal line. You had about 4 more turnovers from your quarterback. But nonetheless, he's not guaranteed to be here long term. He's the one guy that can move on, whether it's lineal change or if he just goes on to be a head coach. And, like, we can't guarantee that. There's no lineage here with him to where we can say, oh, that's the Ben Johnson system. No, it's his system. He made he came up with the offense himself alongside Jared Goff, obviously, because he wanted things that he's capable of doing. But, like, if we lose that, and that's what I'm saying, man, I'm not calling for Dan Campbell's job.
And thank you to Dante151 in the Woodward Sports chat. If you think having Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Hendon Hooker, Will Levis is the same as having Tim Boyle or David Blau, you need to stay off the weed, because that is blasphemous. I can't even fathom that. If you think Tim Boyle or David Blau have the same amount of talent, pocket awareness, or arm strength, okay, arm strength, maybe Boyle has a cannon, but talent, that one of these top 4 NFL draft pick quarterbacks has in their left nut, you're on something, buddy.
Ricky Bobby in the Woodward Sports chat.
Get some help. Get some help.
Ricky Bobby in the Woodward Sports chat says, Ben has been figured out early.
Ben has been figured out early without his number 1 running back.
No.
Without his number 1 receiver.
No.
Without his number 2 receiver. Without his top 10 receiver draft pick. And Jared Goff, who has 1 less interception or 1 less turnover than touchdown this season. So that's on Ben Johnson, is what you're telling me.
You tell me Ben Johnson drew up the playbook, and he's like, hey,
you look like
JG.
Will Chamberlain.
JG, I do. I knocked down 20,000 of them things, too. Holla at me. But no, honest to God. You think that Ben Johnson told Jared Goff to go out there and give the ball up 10 times?
Stop it.
3 of which went back for touchdowns.
I'm Ben Johnson. I'm sitting there. All right, so what we're going to do here, you're going to throw that ball drastically underthrow to Josh Reynolds so Trayvon Diggs can make an interception.
Come on, guys.
This is on Ben Johnson. This is not on Ben Johnson.
No, you can't blame on Ben Johnson. I can't
believe Lions fans saw him with his full complement and cast against a good defense in Philadelphia put up, 38 points, 35 points?
Yeah, with Goff.
And just think he's done, he lost the magic already? Stop it. Get some help. This is not on Ben Johnson. What would you do if you're trying to make some soup? All right? Your water's turned off. You got no pots in the kitchen.
Oh man, where's this going?
And your fridge is off. Because that's what's it like having Jared Goff throwing the ball, no DeAndre Swift, and no Amon-Ra St. Brown. Talk about making salad with spoiled vegetables.
That's why I say it's such a back. I'm just saying. That's your guy. That's your guy.
It's my guy.
Not your guy. But that's the guy they're working with.
Thank you.
It ain't a pretty situation at all.
He gone after this year anyways, but if you need some cheddar in your pocket, maybe you're looking to get a new house, all you got to do is come to Lady Jane's, because you can come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Wednesday, all 3 shows will be live from Planet Fitness in Madison Heights on 18 and Ryan. Come check it out. You can get Lions tickets, Michigan tickets, also maybe a signed jersey by Darren McCarty, or even the man himself, Braylon Edwards, #1 Michigan jersey. Come out, have fun. Member Appreciation Week. We're going to have a great time. Be there or be square.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization, we serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Thursday, October 27th. That's the day. Save the date, because you can join the Armani, Edwards, and Maz show live in Dearborn. Braylon will be doing meet and greets after the show at 4:30, and stick around for a trunk and treat in the Keller Williams parking lot at 6 p.m. Food trucks, costumes, and more, all from Mike Phillips and his wonderful staff at Keller Williams. Mike Phillips, game on.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex. We got Young Sus in the TD booth. JB Smooth with the 1s and 2s, and we're rocking along. Told you guys before a couple weeks ago, or actually the beginning of this week, I want to be on a more positive upside, because when we talk Detroit Lions, if we're being realistic about it, there's not much positive
Not
to talk
positive,
about.
no.
And we see Young Sus. It does. He's always got his hand up. Always want to say something.
He does.
Always wants to.
Always got those salad fingers in the air.
Salad fingers up in the air. He wants to talk some Detroit basketball. So, Sus, we gave you a segment called The Fast Break. Which, JB, can we drop some tunes for this one? Sus going to hit us with 5 Detroit Pistons basketball questions or NBA questions. And we're going to answer them. Let's run it.
All right. Okay. So, Cade Cunningham. Let's start there.
Okay.
That's been the one that everybody's talked about a lot. His shooting. He's shooting 39% from the floor. Are you concerned that he's a slow starter or inconsistent or anything like that?
I'm not concerned about anything from Cade Cunningham. I do believe he's getting off to a slow start. He will get there. The man is getting to the basket at will. He's doing what he needs to do. It seems like he is trying to make sure his teammates get better shots, trying to make sure other people are put in situations before he worries about himself. So when it happens, when he wants to take over a game, he will. I have no concerns about Cade Cunningham whatsoever.
No concerns about Cade Cunningham. We saw what he could do last year in his rookie year. This year he's coming in, he's a bit more experienced. Yeah, I'm not concerned. As soon as I saw that moment that he had against Kevin Durant, going back and forth on the road, I believe it was too, against the Brooklyn Nets, I saw everything I need to see in the young man. I am not concerned about Cade Cunningham. Is he a slow starter? Possibly, but I also think he's like the guy when it comes to playmaking, is trying to get guys their shots.
And he's still very young. We gotta think about that too.
Yeah, I think a lot of it
still only his second year in the league.
I think a lot of it too, though, him as a playmaker is trying to learn like his teammates and where they can hit their shots, like where he can trust to give them the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like what situations he can trust them. What else you got, Sus?
I agree. Cade Cunningham's shooting from 3 is already up 4% from last year. Now, granted, he had that rough start, but he's shooting 35% already. So maybe he is like a Chris Paul slow starter, but it's too early in his career to say that that's going to be a trend. So I have no reason to be pessimistic at it at all.
I know it's only 3 games, but his three-point percentage is up, his points per game are up, his fouls and turnovers are down, and his assists are up from last year. So pump the brakes a little bit.
That was a layup just to get Pistons fans breathing, just to bring some positivity after those Lions segments. This next one, though, we'll see where everybody wants to go with it. Isaiah Stewart, his threes. He went from shooting 0.6 threes per game last season to 4.7 a game so far, and only shooting 21%. That's Josh Smith territory. Is that a concern?
No, that is not a concern. Because that is what he was asked to do this year. He was asked to see if he can hit threes. He was asked to shoot as many threes when you're open. He was given the green light. That is what he's been practicing for all summer. I'm not concerned about it, because if he can't do it, he's just going to be sitting on the bench. So I'm not concerned about it. I think he will eventually get better than 21% from 3, but I'm not concerned about it. That's what he was asked to do by the coaching staff.
He's the type of guy, Isaiah Stewart, type of player that is only shooting the threes when he's wide open. You know what I'm saying? We're not like that's the situation where he's getting the ball and shooting it. I'm not concerned. It's probably like what he's averaging like 1 a game. I think he's shooting like 33% at this point in this season. Like
21%.
21%. Woo.
I'm 4.7. Yeah. Thanks for paying attention, Eazy.
Yeah, way to listen to the guy.
I'm fine. I'm chilling. It's an experiment. Yeah. I'm not tripping.
JB, how you feeling? How you feeling about Isaiah Stewart's threes?
I'm not worried at all. As you guys said, he's just experimenting out there. I know the shots will fall for him eventually. It just takes time. He needs a little bit more reps in the gym, and then everything will fall in place. Just got to give everything time.
Yeah, it's a super high uptick to go from 0.6 to 4.7 a game. So that's just a lot of extra attempts. And to be honest with you, he's got to figure this out because Duran's coming for that starting spot. So if Isaiah wants a future on this team, it is going to have to be at the 4 with Bagley coming back plus Bey and Bogdanovic, 3-4s. It's getting a little crowded in that front court if Isaiah wants to have a consistent role on the team.
You're right.
So
what do you got up next?
Next one. Let's see. We got Pistons 25th in defense, 22nd in offense. Which of those two is more likely to go up?
I believe it's offense. I believe offense is more likely to go up for the Detroit Pistons. I don't think they're a great defensive team. It's just what it is. Especially if they keep running Bogdanovic out there at 4 most nights. The dude's going to have a mismatch. If you're going up against Bogdanovic and you're a 6'9", Julius Randle walking around the court, you can dunk on that man and it won't matter.
Yeah.
On top of that, Jalen Duren, probably our best low post defender, probably the best defender on the Detroit Pistons, is a rookie. He's 18 years old. He's going to get in foul trouble. It won't be good. So I think the defensive rating is around right where it should be, really. But I do think the Pistons will get more efficient offensively. I do think the Pistons will start to make more shots once they bring a guy like Alec Burks back and put him with that second unit. The Detroit Pistons will get better offensively, but defense, it's going to be kind of tough to watch. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. So the question is, like, where I think they're going to improve the most this year?
This year, right now.
Offensively, for sure. I mean, it's one thing I've always asked for playmakers like Cade Cunningham. I asked you surround those guys with shooters. LeBron James in LA right now crying because he wants shooters. He's got that this year, especially when Alec Burks comes back healthy.
Any picks, I'd say we could trade him Bogey.
Yeah.
JB, how you feeling?
Goff, don't lie.
Offense or defense, which is more likely to go up?
It's got to be the offense for me. Eventually, once everyone gets together and finds out what positions they need to be in, everything will fall into place. I mean, defensively wise, we don't have Duren out there, and as Spencer said, he's young. He's going to get into foul trouble. He doesn't know exactly what needs to be done out there on post-up situations. So it's got to be the offense for me. Once everyone gets everything all set to how they're supposed to be on the court, everything will fall into place. Offense.
I agree, especially with young teams. Defense is a steeper learning curve than offense. That combined with the talent on this roster, I would lean offense as well. And I got another stat that actually ties in with offense, and this is another reason why I'm big on the Pistons offense. Pistons are number 1 in assists in the entire league, with 71.6% of their scores coming off of assists. And they are 11th in turnovers. So they're middle of the pack in turnovers, while first in assists with a wide margin. Is this surprising to you?
Cade Cunningham is tied for 5th in the NBA in assists.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham is averaging 7 assists per game.
Yep.
So that's good. You have Ivy, who has been far better of a passer than we were led to believe.
For sure.
He has been great for the Detroit Pistons with driving and dishing. And you have two guys like Jaden Ivey, like Cade Cunningham, that can put such immense pressure on the basket. And you finally, thank God, Troy Weaver, thank you, Jesus, finally got some shooters. Finally got a Bogdanovic. Finally getting an Alec Burks when he comes back. The Detroit Pistons will only get better, and I think their assist numbers will continue to climb.
Yeah. 100%. I said the segment before, a question before, I should say. Cade Cunningham, who you want to surround that type of guy with? Shooters.
Shooters.
He's got shooters. You see him make the jump. Obviously, you're going to have a year 2 jump either regardless because he can get better. But, and then, yeah, like you said, too, Jaden Ivey looked a lot better at everything than I thought he'd be coming in.
It's crazy we're a team, the Pistons are a team in Detroit, and they never got any shooters. Like, what's going on? Come on. Detroit's known for
no
the
Bogdanovic on
No
him.
Bogdanovic.
Not bragging about that one, but
yeah. JB, how you feeling about it?
as we go back to your first question, Cade is that facilitator. He wants to get everyone else involved, which that's what he's trying to do. Those assist numbers will definitely go up for this team. And like I said before, everything just takes time.
Yeah, I think number one is a little bit lofty of an expectation, especially when your two lead ball handlers are rookie guards, or young guards, I should say. But that's why I'm so positive on this Pistons offense going forward, especially when you start to think about the pieces acquiring back with Alex Burks and Bagley, and the fact that the Pistons are 28th in effective field goal percentage. So the fact that they're still getting that many assists on what is not great shots, once you surround this team with more talent, the team gels together, that offense should go up, and I think it could be a middle-of-the-pack offense. But the last one I got to close this out for you two. Who do you think is averaging more isolation possessions per game, Pascal Siakam or Kevin Durant?
I'm going to say Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
Because you look at those big guards and forwards that the Raptors are bringing out there every play. They're doing their complete switches. Everybody moves around here. We all got 6'7" guys that can guard anybody. That's great. None of them are really shot creators. None of them are really guys that will go out there and hunt their own shot. So to me, Pascal Siakam has to do a lot in that offense. He has to do a lot to create his own shot, while Kevin Durant has guys like Kyrie Irving, has guys like Ben Simmons, who is a distributor, or he's just a foul machine now this year. But I think Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons have helped Kevin Durant be more of a team guy, be more of a pass guy. So I'm going to go with Pascal Siakam.
Is this like an end of the year question or like a right or wrong question?
It's right now.
Right or now. I'm going to say, because it's so like outlandish, I'm going to say Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, that is the correct answer. It is Pascal Siakam, which is crazy to me, but especially in Toronto with that system to have a lot of isolation.
Yeah.
Scotty Barnes was also top 20 in isolation too.
It's because they don't have shot creators out there. They don't have anybody that can go out there and get their bucket. So they need their two stars to force the issue. And Easy, with the answer to that question, you just won yourself a brand new car. Don't get it towed this time. But why don't you tell us?
Oh man, you're right, man. You see me up here, you see me gassed up, you see me hyped up, and that's because I'm using PEDs, performance enhancing drinks, and that drink of choice is Citron. Oh yeah, Citron, the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings, brother. I can't do the whole read like that. I apologize. But right now, you can try the limited edition 6-pack sampler box right now by going to CitronWorld.com/Red Wings, because they are the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. You try the cranberry, the sugar-free, and the OG. Guys, make sure you try it out.
The biggest rivalry in the state is almost here. That means one thing, the biggest tailgate party in the state. Join Woodward Sports for our tailgate takeover before the U of M versus State game on October 29th. Will Harbaugh and the boys pull out the win? Or is Tuck still coming? We will find out at the Big House. Michigan legend Braylon Edwards will be handing out food, prizes, and much more. So no matter what team you root for, come party with the network that does it best. The Woodward Sports Network. The tailgate takeover, powered by Custom Health Centers, Syntron, and Planet Fitness.
Woodward Sports, you see the name!
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader Bet Tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey everyone, it's Chris here to tell you about Custom Health Centers. Has summer left you feeling a little chubby? Custom Health Centers can take the willpower out of weight loss. Whether you need to lose 20 or 120, Custom Health Centers will help you do it quickly and safely. Go to CustomHealthCenters.com or give them a call today at 844-789-THIN. Once again, that's 844-789-THIN.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
Got Young Sus in the T booth. JB Smooth on the ones and twos. I'll stop one of these days.
Please.
We are here,
Dear God,
to show you guys how to watch Detroit Pistons basketball. Because I'm scrolling through Twitter during the game. I'm live tweeting the highlights. I'm live tweeting all the good things. Because it's not going to be many. Young team. And I'm seeing all this the negative bashing. I'm seeing you guys question Cade Cunningham. It's gross. Do you guys know what you're doing?
No, I don't think so.
This is a rebuild process.
You need to open their eyes, see the Lord.
Should we put music on for this one?
No.
No. All right, Spinny. The guide to watching Detroit Pistons basketball for dummies. What's step one?
Step one is to RELAX. This team is not a playoff team. This team is not a play-in team. This is a 30-win, 35-win team at most. So calm down when you see the Detroit Pistons not winning games against playoff contenders. It's not the end of the world, people. Please, just relax and enjoy the ride. It's not a playoff team. It's not a championship team. It's a very young team. So just relax. Come on. You can do it. Do what you got to do to relax. We know what D-Mac does to relax. Maybe that's what you do too. But just enjoy the ride. This Pistons team is not there yet to be worried about them and wins or losses.
Young Sus. Step two to the Detroit Pistons guide. Watching basketball for dummies.
Don't tweet. Don't tweet during the game. You're just going to tweet a bunch of things that you're going to regret later.
It's fair. That is fair. Like, I'm sure they're deleted, but I guarantee you. I mean, I've seen them on the timeline.
Sus sent a drunk text at 3 a.m. to the Pistons. Like, hey, what up, big head? You up? Come on.
That was when Blake was here.
I think you can tweet.
Yeah. JB. Step three. Do you have one? The guide for watching Detroit Pistons basketball for dummies.
Stop saying this is our year. Please stop.
That's fair.
That's actually, that should be number one.
That should be
Yeah, that should be number
This
one.
ain't your year. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah.
This ain't your year. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
So when Greg Popovich came out in his first press conference of the season and said, hey, don't put any money on us to win the championship because it's probably not going to happen. Like, Greg Pop is one of the realists in the game. And that's how Pistons fans should be reacting to their team. This is not a championship team. Just relax.
100%. I mean, the over-under was at 29.5, guys. Like, relax a bit, please. Step four for me, watching the Detroit Pistons. Because, again, you want to look for, like, things for them to build on. Mm-hmm. You want to look for things, I would say, Cade Cunningham's three ball. That's something I'm looking out for. That's something I want to see improve. Like, if you want to be able to have a credible thing to bitch about, make it something you want that was supposed to be improved in like year two. So for me, Cade Cunningham's three ball. Do you have step five, Spinny?
I have another step. Take two of these and call me in the morning. No. You look and enjoy the youth. Celebrate the youth. These little babies that you bring in. Jalen Duren, 18 years old, spiking shots across the backboard. Enjoy the youth movement. Don't be easy and worry about who you could have had instead and how good these guys are. Enjoy the youth. Enjoy Jalen Duren. Enjoy Jaden Ivey. Enjoy Cade Cunningham. Because guess what? He's still part of the youth. Enjoy the youth.
Credible things to bitch about, Sus. Step six.
Step six, root against the Rockets. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Step six for me is kind of maybe this is a little too specific, but watch Saddiq Bey's isolations. Like, I'm very curious on that to see if he's going to take the jump in being an actual high-level self-creator, because that's the difference between Saddiq getting a bag and Saddiq getting Robert Covington money.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't want to see Saddiq in isolation. So that, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into step six. Like, you can bitch about Saddiq in isolation. Come on, chill with that. Step seven, JB. to watch Detroit Pistons basketball for dummies?
Step 7 goes along with Spencer's. Just enjoy the ride and stop arguing with people about comparisons of Ivy to certain players.
What?
Nothing.
That's your what?
Just clearing his throat.
Yeah, just,
All right.
just clear my throat.
Step 8. Keep an eye on Jaden Ivey in the turnovers. All right? Hey, we seen he can do the flashy passes, but the question is, can he start to get a little bit smarter with them? You know what I'm saying? Like when to do them. We saw one, he's trying to make a pass to Sadiq Bey that got interrupted by the Pacers last week game. Keep an eye on Jaden Ivey's turnovers. How's that?
Step 9. Look out for potential trade assets on the Detroit Pistons roster.
Ooh, I like that one.
See how Bojan Bogdanovic is stroking that boy from deep. When Alec Burks comes back, see how he looks on the floor. You need to look at this Detroit Pistons roster as tangible assets you can move to increase productivity for not only your young players, but get more in return. So look for tradable assets. Look at a guy on this Detroit Pistons roster that you're like, hey, that guy would be pretty good. He could be the missing piece for a franchise. Maybe that is Bojan Bogdanovic. Maybe that is Alec Burks when he comes back. Maybe it's Isaiah Stewart. We'll see. We'll see. Just look at people that you could potentially get more out of if you ship them somewhere else.
Next step, Young Sus.
Step 10. Ignore Easy's rules.
That's pretty solid.
That's it? That's all you got? There's no explanation for that one? No, 100%. Watch Cade's 3-ball. I'll fill in your step, all right? Since you can't.
That was my
Jaden Duren's man-on-man defense. Obviously, we know off the ball. I'm saying help defense. He come through. You can send that ball to Phoenix. But man up. I'm curious, what the situation's looking like there. JB, you got a step for us?
My last step is stop with firing Pistons staff right now so early. Give it time. And
that's a good one.
By that, I mean Troy Weaver and Dwayne Casey right now. I know eventually their time will end and go away from this Pistons franchise, but just chill out for right now.
I don't know about Troy.
They got a vision.
Relax on Troy Weaver. Is there one saying about Troy? I see Casey.
There are some people.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
What could you? I couldn't even pick out a worse move for Troy Weaver. Maybe Killian.
Maybe. Yeah. But for me, my final step is if you are above the age of 21, pour yourself a nice big drink and drink a couple of them, unless you have to drive somewhere, because it's gonna get ugly. There are going to be 30-point leads for other teams. There are going to be sets where we see Kevin Knox, Killian Hayes, who else was Hamidou Diallo, all on the floor at the same time. So give yourself something to take the edge off when watching the Detroit Pistons.
Young Sus, you got actual step for us? He's talking more junk.
I did, and it escaped me right now.
You're good. I got you. I got you.
It was off of JB's point. What was your point, JB?
The firing the Piston staff early.
It still escaped me. Still escaped me. Yeah, it's gone.
Damn,
it's gone.
I guess my last and final step would be watch Jaden Ivey's 3-ball.
You already said that.
No.
I said watch his turnovers.
He said watch his turnovers.
Yeah, watch his turnovers. I said watch Cade's 3-ball. I mean, because this is what you're going to have a situation where you have two ball handlers like that. You want some of them. Obviously, some of them will be cutting to the rim, but 3 points are worth more than 2. I don't know if you guys did the math on that yet, but turns out helps you a bit. We were bottom of the league last year in 3-point shooting. That's why I'm watching Cade's. I'm watching Beef Stews, and I'm watching Ivy's too. I mean, those were the things I wanted. If he, he's now a part of a Piston. He's part of the Pistons, but I want to see him grow both in the turnovers, which, again, he's looked way better than I foresee at this point. I know we're only 3 games in, but I still have to give credit where credit's due. But I want to see him to continue to shoot the ball consistently from 3, and I want to see less, wacky turnovers. Because they're going to come. I get it. He's a rookie. But just, don't be too flashy yet until you know what the hell you're doing.
Jaden Ivey's passing and 3-ball have looked a lot better than as advertised, so hopefully those can keep up. But one thing they do need to get better at it is defense. And if you need a better defense, all you got to do is call Guardian Alarm, because Guardian Alarm keeps you safe and gives you peace of mind, whether you're at home or on the road. With their 24/7 local monitoring, they make sure the things that are important to you stay safe. All you have to do is call 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, so we'll be right back.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag Woodward Front Row. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got one toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Want to win front row tickets to see Detroit versus Green Bay? It's as simple as impersonating Dan the Man Campbell. You know you guys all do it anyway. Whether you're drunk in the living room, crying to your friends about the situation, you know how to do the Dan Campbell impersonation. So you could sit front row, watch the Detroit Lions face Green Bay. All you have to do, impersonation. Record it, upload it, then to Instagram and or Twitter. Tag Woodward Sports and use the hashtag Woodward Front Row for your opportunity to win front row tickets to Detroit versus Green Bay. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Morax. We got Young Sauce in the team with JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s. And we're rocking along on a Tuesday. Got the positives out the way, Spinny. This one, if it's clipped on Twitter, I'm taking abuse for it. I want to ask you, and everyone else too, I guess in general, Detroit Lions, if we were to do a sell-off, right? Start an actual rebuild. What piece, first and foremost, do you find most valuable? Just real quick, off the top of your dome piece.
For this team?
Yeah.
If we're starting the rebuild?
Yeah, I mean, if we're just selling, if we're doing a sell-off.
Oh, if we're selling?
Yeah, the trade deadline. Trade deadline's November 1st. Lions looking to get some pieces out of it.
It's got to be DeAndre Swift or TJ Hawkinson.
I wanted to ask, would you? I know Hawkinson, you're all for it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But DeAndre Swift, would you be willing to part ways with him at the NFL deadline? Trade deadline, I should say.
Man, that is tough. That is tough. He's such an explosive player when healthy. You saw what he did to this offense, what he brought to this offense when he's in the lineup. The guy brings something no one else on this team has. He brings an explosion to the Detroit Lions offense. I wouldn't do it. I don't think you'd be able to get enough return to make it worth your while. I think DeAndre Swift, when healthy, is a fantastic talent. I think DeAndre Swift, when healthy, is a top 5 running back in the NFC.
Yeah.
And the return you would get from it because of his injury-ridden career wouldn't be enough for me to give up on him just yet. I think DeAndre Swift, when healthy, can be fantastic. And I wouldn't do that. TJ Hawkinson, on the other hand, you can get him out of here. You can hit him with a broom on the way out. Hawkinson is someone you can move on from. Hawkinson is someone the Detroit Lions can flip for an asset, whether that's to the Bucks, whether that is to the Seahawks, whether that is to somebody looking to add a piece to make a push for the playoffs. TJ Hawkinson would be the piece I would part with, not DeAndre Swift.
Does the fact that we're going to have to re-sign and pay Swift soon?
You're going to have to re-sign and pay Hawkinson too.
But I don't think that's a situation we're going to actually even work with. You think we resign? I don't think we resign Hawk after this year. Maybe not. But I actually agree with you. I didn't have an answer heading into this topic, but if I were the Detroit Lions GM, I don't know if that I would trade DeAndre Swift. We just saw James Robinson yesterday go for a 6th-round conditional pick. DeAndre Swift is actually a year younger than James Robinson, believe it or not. Yes. But no, that's not worth it. I know that we got Malcolm as a 6th-round pick. I know that we got Amon-Ra St. Brown as a 4th-round pick. Again, if I'm Brad Holmes, I'm speaking as if I'm Brad Holmes. I'm not. I wouldn't do it. No, I don't think the Detroit Lions should trade DeAndre Swift.
Like you said, a 6th-round conditional pick for James Robinson, who has showed when given the workload he can be a quality back in the NFL. Yeah. Has shown when given the opportunity he can be a quality back in the NFL, as has DeAndre Swift. No, 6th-rounder is nowhere near enough what I would want back for a guy that, like we saw in the first couple games, when DeAndre Swift is playing, the Detroit Lions offense is a different level. He brings something to this Detroit Lions team that they don't have when he's not in the lineup. You can't replace that with a 6th-round pick.
Yeah. I'm not sure. An initial thought, it sounds like a fun topic because he does bring value to us when he plays. But one, like you said, he's only. I think someone in the Woodward Sports chat said that DeAndre Swift's only played 25% of the games. The value he brings to you when healthy on the field is much more valuable than a 6th-round pick, in my opinion. Does that mean you can't find a good running back or someone else in the 6th round to replace DeAndre Swift? Possibly, but I'm not. And I just brought this topic up because I've seen it floating around Twitter. I see it in the Woodward Sports chat often. You guys question, should we trade so-and-so? Should we trade this? Should we trade that? I actually saw one about Taylor Decker.
I was going to say, he's always in trade talks.
Why?
Every year they say, trade Taylor Decker.
I don't get it.
I wouldn't move on. We talked about this, me and you did, a couple weeks back. And we talked about if you move on from Taylor Decker, you're just going to have to use that pick to get another tackle to fill his spot.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make sense when you already have a guy who has proven he can be a great tackle in this league for the Detroit Lions. But what about a guy like Jonah Jackson? What about a guy like that who was a Pro Bowler, who has shown he can be great when plays, but is also the Detroit Lions have shown they can be just as dominant offensively without him?
That's a piece I would trade. I also want to mention someone in the Woodward Sports chat. Let me find the name because I want to give you credit on this one. It's actually a really, really good comment. But he said you get more back for allowing you get those comp picks when you lose guys in free agency and they sign like a top 10, top 5 contract. You get a higher draft value in that compensation pick than you would in an actual trade for DeAndre Swift. I think the reason why James Robinson wins, he has 2 more years still left on his deal. So that was actually amazing. That was a great comment. I'm so sorry. I can't find your name. I promise you I'll find it and give you credit, but that was a great point to make. But Jonah Jackson, would I trade Jonah Jackson? We've seen his replacement.
Whether it's Evan Brown, Dan Skipper, Stenberg.
You know what? This could be a wrong answer, but I keep him. I keep him just based off the fact that you know the Detroit Lions are going to draft a quarterback in this following draft. And if you're not going to sit him on the bench to where he can learn and experience things, that I think guys are better sat versus just starting right away. I think it could work both ways, but I think I can point more guys in the league that are successful right now that began their careers on the bench. So we're not going to have that benefit of doubt. If we have Goff, then he sits that bench. But regardless, I think a young quarterback's going to learn more or be better in a clean pocket versus having a, because the one thing about Dan Skipper, he's amazing in the run game as a pass blocker. I don't know that he's it. Jordan Jackson also on those sweeps. I mean, they're talking about it. Tony Romo, somebody, dude was out there sprinting.
He's a great puller.
Scrambling,
great pulling guard.
rumbling, stumbling.
And that is important, especially for a complex offense like the one Ben Johnson provides to the Detroit Lions.
It's part of it too.
You need versatility. You need offensive linemen who can do that, who can go out in front of a running back and block in front of him.
Yeah.
So Jonah Jackson is a good piece, but they've proven they can do it without him. That's the only thing.
That actually is another great point, too, because former offensive lineman Jeff Schwartz went ahead and said, when complimenting Ben Johnson in this offense, the reason why you don't see those type of run schemes a lot in the NFL is it's hard for guys to grasp.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for them, because you're doing all types of pulls, all types of wham blocks, all types of crazy stuff out there. We have guys that know it. It's obviously hard to teach. Jeff Schwartz, again, former offensive lineman himself, is like, you don't see it because guys can't get it down. So if you're a guy that does it, I'm keeping Jonah Jackson. I'm keeping Taylor Decker as well. And again, so part of the reason, too, is if we do have a C.J. Stroud in here, if the Detroit Lions do have a Bryce Young in here, you're going to want an offensive lineman to keep him upright so he can stay healthy and continue to develop as a quarterback. If you trust this regime to build on a rookie quarterback, you're going to want an offensive line along with it. But, JB, would you trade those guys? And are there any names that we may have forgotten in this Detroit Lions roster that we get some value back for?
I mean, you guys are kind of changing my opinion on Swift, but I would definitely trade away Hockenson. I think you're going to get more from him just because there's not enough tight ends in the league that are as versatile as he is, both as a blocker and a receiver. So you could probably get middle to late first for TJ. The only way I'm trading Swift is if you get that late first. Other than that, maybe 2 seconds and a third that you might get in return for him right now if they try to push him.
Yeah, and I don't know if Detroit Lions get that back for Swift. All due respect to Swift. I mean, dude's a monster when healthy, but I just saw James Robinson again, only a year older, and James Robinson pretty good.
Yes.
He's out there doing his damn thing. You only got a 6th-round compensatory pick back for him. I'm looking at the Kenny Galladay situation, the Detroit Lions, and they did not re-sign him. They received a 3rd-round pick, which is the highest award. It was pick 97 overall for losing Galladay in that free agency. So if we can't get that out of a TJ Hockenson deal, if we can't get that out of a DeAndre Swift deal, then I'm keeping him and I'm letting him walk in free agency.
It's fair. It's fair. There are a lot of different things you could. I think the Lions are going to be active at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they're going to be sellers or whether they're going to try to poach a piece cheap. But I think something's going to happen. I think something's going to move, and whether that is DeAndre Swift or TJ Hockenson, the Detroit Lions need to do something to make their team better at the trade deadline, in my opinion. Whether that's acquire more draft picks or acquire a piece that a team is moving on from, that is something that needs to happen.
Yeah. I'm 100% with you. Sus. I guess you don't have a concept on NFL trade yet.
Yeah.
It's a wild game.
The
value is all
I'm
over
learning,
the place.
and coming into this, my instinct was to say trade both, just coming from the NBA where tanking is more prevalent and easier to do. Also knowing that running backs' lives are shorter span and DeAndre Swift's history. But you kind of talked me into it, especially if you can, through injuries, get him on a solid deal long term that can help. Then I would keep him. But I was leaning towards trading both for sure, Hawk. But I was leaning towards Swift, and now I'm not sure.
Agree. And a place where you don't have to make any trade-offs, and you always get maximum value, is Big Boy. Because for a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries are at Big Boy. It's not the Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease, and guess what else is new? They got the bacon blue. Don't forget about upgrading those fries. They got chili cheese fries, nacho fries, and the banger of all bangers, baked potato fries. So make sure you go satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag Woodward Front Row. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got one toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there.
And that one Lions playoff win in 1991, yeah, Detroit fans were there.
Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hey everyone, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with certified, trained tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals where they can beat all competitors by $5.
$5?
$5. Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltint, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans. Your Vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more coming.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinball Rex.
What up, though?
You got Young Sus in the TV booth. JB Smooth, the ones and twos, and we're rocking along on a Tuesday. Talking positives today. Detroit Red Wings haven't had a loss in regulation periods.
They have not.
Looking good.
Only team in the NHL.
Only team in the NHL?
Only team in the NHL to not have a loss in regulation.
Wow. They play tonight against a team that kind of got lucky against last time.
They do.
You say?
They do.
What do you expect?
What a team they should beat. I'm expecting them to come out there and win again. I'm expecting them to produce at a high level. You look at what's going on. Ned's in net. He just found out he was Pops.
Yeah.
Just found out he's got a kid on the way. I think that'll make a difference. Maybe he's playing for a little...
I don't know. He's letting things in the goal.
Little Bambino out there. I like that. Kubalik has been on a heater. He is the top point scorer on the Detroit Red Wings with 8 points. He's still on that first line. He's still got something to prove. He's still trying to right the wrongs of the Chicago Blackhawks from moving on from him and not trusting him. So I think he'll get into action. I think he'll continue to play at a high level. And like you said, they're the only team, or like I said, they're the only team in the NHL without a loss in regulation. It is impressive. They've been playing at a high level. They're going to continue to do that. When you add pieces like Sherratt, Perron, Mata, Kubalik, and 3 of those guys are in your top 4 point scorers on the season so far, that's how you know you're doing things right. I love what I'm seeing out of the Detroit Red Wings. I think they're going to continue to play hard. Elmer got another goal in his last game, another big body. The Redwood lines, Rasmussen is playing very good hockey. So I think the Detroit Red Wings go out there and they get another win tonight.
Even though they're outshot last time against the Devils, correct? Was Husso in that then?
I don't remember.
I hope they get the win. That way they kind of like, because it felt like, at least the narrative was after that game, that the Detroit Red Wings got kind of lucky. A little lucky in the last matchup against the Devils. Who's their goalie?
I don't know. I can't tell you off the top of my head who the Devils goalie was when we played.
Yeah. I'm going to look up who was in net last time, though, because I am curious about that.
It might have been Peter Mrazek.
For what? This year?
It might have been Peter Mrazek.
Are you serious?
For the Devils? Yes.
No, I'm talking about for us.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
not for us.
That'd be funny if it was Peter Mrazek. Hold on.
But I'm excited for this Detroit Red Wings team. They continue to play better. D-Mac was talking about earlier. Isn't it great to just watch Ben Sherratt out there trying to kill people? And that's exactly what he's doing. He is demolishing people. From the blue line on, I love to see that out of Ben Sherratt. I love to see him going crazy, making plays. It was great to see, and that is a great addition to this Detroit Red Wings team, was Sherratt. You compare him back there with Seider. Philip Hronek doesn't have to be the Detroit Red Wings' second-best defenseman anymore, and that is huge. That is huge.
Sherratt, a bully out there.
He is a bully.
No, Sherratt's a bully. I saw a clip of Seider too, being a bit of a bully, and it felt like, or looked like, at least it was just like an innocent, like, after play push, but Mans went flying into the boards like afterwards. It was awesome. I'll tap in tonight. Ned was in net last time. He's in net again tonight. Obviously, they got outshot last time, but Ned held down. What?
Mrazek plays for the Blackhawks.
Okay.
I knew because Anthony Seau and Mrazek both play for them.
For the Blackhawks?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who any of those guys are.
Peter Mrazek was a goalie for the Red Wings a while ago. Anthony Seau was a forward for the Red Wings a while ago. A guy they moved on from. He went to the Kings. Now he's on the Blackhawks.
Vitek Venikis?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Good job.
Hey, man, you put the hockey in the prep, all right? That's why I'm leaning on you for this stuff.
Leaning on me, okay. I think the Red Wings need to go out there and play a better game. They need to play a more complete game. We saw them give up multiple goals in the third period to lose in overtime, which is not something you like to see, but it's something. It's better than just losing outright. You still get a point out of it. But the Red Wings need to go out there and get a regulation win. The Red Wings need to go out there and show that they're a better team than this New Jersey Devils. The Red Wings need to go out there and use their size, use their new guys, the Kubelik's, the Matas, the Sherratts, the Soderblooms, the Rasmussens, the Mo Seiders, these big body guys that the Red Wings have, and throw the Devils around the ice.
What happened in that Chicago game? That winch, if you will. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. The one's all over Twitter. They tried canceling her a couple years back. She's like, this sounds really rude to say. I'm not going to say it actually. Oh man, what is her name? Man, she's always putting the football tweets out. You're gonna make me say it.
I have no idea.
Cannons, bro. She got the hammers, the heavies.
I have no idea.
She's a butterface. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. Her name starts with an A, maybe.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Annie Agar. Don't you know who Annie Agar is?
I don't.
I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I
Sus,
know.
can you hit the Google machine? Possibly. I'll do it for you.
I mean, I don't think she got the heavies, but I mean.
Oh, she got the heavies. Shoot, I hope they don't cancel me. You can't get canceled nowadays, right? Internet just runs the rules. Annie Agar. Hey, if people listen to you for you, I mean, it's people who listen to Andrew Tate that are like trying to cancel him. But Annie Agar, she was at the Detroit Red Wings game, the Blackhawks game, and she was throwing shade because obviously they blew it.
They did blow it.
But yeah, what happened? Like what went wrong?
They were just they weren't playing as aggressive as they were. They weren't back checking as well as they had for the entire game, and they let them squeak in a couple goals. And that's what happens when you get a big lead. You get comfortable. You kind of take your foot off the gas pedal, and that's exactly what the Red Wings did. So they need to make sure that didn't happen. They need to make sure that they play a complete game. They go out there for 3 periods and give that same effort each period. So I think they can. I think they will, and I think they're going to beat this Devils team. I got it 4-2.
I think they lose 4-2. How's that?
Okay.
What's got you all occupied in your laptop there?
Nothing.
Some stats.
The heavies?
Looking at the chat.
So Spence, you're telling me to take the over 6?
I would take the over 6. 6. Yeah.
6.5.
I would take the over 6.
Over 6.
Okay. So I'm sending you the heavies. Oh man. Okay. Hold on, I gotta save it as a JPEG first. They're too big.
So you gotta scale these.
Yeah, I gotta scale these things, man. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get them to you. Screenshot.
Cannons.
The cannons. I mean,
Cannon.
I probably overhyped them a bit. What's the chat say? Is the chat agreeing with the heavies or what?
Chat's saying she's real cute. There's a lot of different things.
I think I
don't know who
impressed.
you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. You don't recognize the name, I guess, or does it sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
She does like the TikToks.
I don't go on TikTok.
Yeah, I don't either.
Dude, you're always on TikTok or
Never
Instagram
on
Reels,
TikTok.
whatever the hell it is. Watching freaking Family Guy.
There's a lot of Family
I'll have to
Guy.
send you some of her TikToks. They are kind of funny though.
Yeah, she does like the NFL round tables.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Do the red, white, and blue one, so it's in Slack right now. All right. I'll sit here. I'll stall, or we can do it over the break too, because we are coming up against it.
No, you're good. I need like 30 seconds, and I got you.
But same thing with me. If
She was talking crap
I need
about
about
the Red
30
Wings?
seconds with it too. I get done too.
She's Louise.
Hey, yo. Hold on. Woodward Sports Chat. Big Spliff. Easy talking all sophisticated. I King Horse Chat poll. Bigger hangers. Her or Easy?
Wow.
She got the heavies. No.
I mean, you can't tell in that picture, but.
I mean, there's another one too. Do you know what I'm talking about now?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
She didn't look like the person that I thought it was.
She shot on the Red Wings. She shot on the turtle. Tell us about Butchery, man.
The Butchery is the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network.
yeah.
You can call 248-682-COWS. Yes, that's 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery, meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best for our meat-loving customers. Old school butcher shop with a new school perspective. I'm telling you guys, say it every time. We tried this food out. It's the best food I've ever had in my life. Best burger, best sandwich I've ever had. So give them a call at 248-682-COWS.
The biggest rivalry in the state is almost here. That means one thing, the biggest tailgate party in the state. Join Woodward Sports for our tailgate takeover before the U of M versus State game on October 29th. Will Harbaugh and the boys pull out the win? Or is Tuck still coming? We will find out at the Big House. Michigan legend Braylon Edwards will be handing out food, prizes, and much more. So no matter what team you root for, come party with the network that does it best. The Woodward Sports Network. The tailgate takeover, powered by Custom Health Centers, Syntron, and Planet Fitness.
Woodward Sports, you see the name!
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Wednesday, all 3 shows will be live from Planet Fitness in Madison Heights on 18 and Ryan. Come check it out. You can get Lions tickets, Michigan tickets, also maybe a signed jersey by Darren McCarty, or even the man himself, Braylon Edwards, #1 Michigan jersey. Come out, have fun. Member Appreciation Week. We're going to have a great time. Be there or be square.
Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily involved in their community. It is rewarding, but it comes with great responsibility. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or a volunteer coach, directors and officers insurance is a must! Exclamation point. Make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are protected. Call Swiss Insurance today. Okay. What else? Welcome back to Woodward Live on Sports.com. The heavies, right? Okay. But like, if
I do know who that is.
yeah.
Time to double up.
The video like around the NFL videos.
It's like, yeah, I got that one tucked in the spank bank. Yeah. Can you
2 for 4? Got to double up.
I'm sorry, this is real bad. I know it is. Should I stop?
You're getting canceled.
Do I stop?
Yes.
I'm already there. Is it a butterface? Like,
yeah, dude, no, I think she's an attractive woman.
All right. Whoa, who put that as a Woodward Sports YouTube chat poll? The heavies. Everyone's like, do people want some revotes? I don't know. Go blue in the Woodward Sports chat. Okay.
2 for 4. Got to double up.
All right, man. I work with Spartan dogs. I'm not talking about the Walmart Wolverines. What's that version of Spartans? Spartan is like off-brand.
I don't think there is one.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. was the Kroger. We'll call you Kroger Spartans. You're not Kroger Spartan. I am. You're actual Spartan dog.
I am. Certified.
Spitty, I'm giving you the floor to talk that ish. Gas up your team.
All right.
You're in the locker room. You're hyping up this Michigan State Spartan squad to go out there and murder them.
All right.
Okay,
I like this. Okay. They're not going to win. They're not going to win. They're playing a better team. Michigan is going to go out there, and it could get ugly. It really could. The only way I can see MSU winning this game is if they hit their deep balls to Keon Coleman, if they score fast, and if they turn the ball or they force turnovers from Michigan. But I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. As much as I hate to say it, I said it before the season started. I think Michigan beats MSU this year, and I'm going to stick with that. Sorry, Spartan Nation. Sorry, Spartan dogs all around, but it's not looking good. They're just Michigan has a good team this year.
That was really disappointing.
Well, I mean,
that's what you're saying. That's worse than Suss's Elon pitch.
That's the truth. That's the facts.
You're going to come in second place behind Suss?
Yeah. If it means I'm presenting the truth and the facts and what I believe, yes.
Spencer,
how like the ball boy? Give me the height. Go ahead. We're going to ask Suss. I apologize.
I was just going to ask how Spencer's shoulders and back are feeling from carrying these last two segments.
Yeah, it's a little tight.
This last two segments.
A little tight.
This guy's a Spartan dog. I'm trying to get him the hype.
I'm not going to come out here and lie and be like, yeah, they're going to go out there and they're going to dominate. No, they're playing. They're the worst team. They're not a good football team. They're going to go out there. They're playing a good football team. It's probably going to get ugly. I'm not going to lie just for the sake of lying. I don't think they're going to win the game.
Can you paint a picture?
No, I really can't.
We did it last week with the Cowboys. It's worse than that.
I just said they need. Yes, it is worse than that.
Sheesh, JB, is it
Are
worse
the Cowboys
than
one of the 5 best teams in the NFL?
They're up there.
No, they're not. They're not one of the 5 best teams in the NFL.
Let's do it real quick. 5 best teams. I want to do power rankings on Tuesday anyway. You always tell me no.
KC, Buffalo, Philly.
Cowboys in
I'll
the
put the Giants
conversation?
over the Cowboys right now. Seahawks.
I think you call the Cowboys one of the 5 best.
No.
JB, is it worse than the Lions' chances against the Cowboys?
Yeah, it's a lot worse. Have you not seen Michigan play lately? Like
I've seen
this is going to be
who they playing?
They're going to run over the Spartans, and it's not even going to be close.
Damn.
Like I've got no faith at all.
I'm disappointed in you, man. I thought.
Well, you thought I'd lie? You thought I've told you this?
I'm not asking you to
started.
lie, buddy. I'm not asking you to lie. I'm saying give a pump up speech to the boys. Gas them up.
Here's a jar of Vaseline. It's going to be a tough day for you guys. No, they need to, like I said, hit shots deep down the field to Keon Coleman and Jaden Reed and create turnovers from the Michigan offense. And that's probably not going to happen. Michigan could go out there and run the ball 50 times and still win the game.
When I began the season, I said I watched the game against Western, and I was like, I don't like Michigan State's run defense. And then you yelled at me.
Yeah.
How you like the run defense now?
Their run defense is better than their pass defense. That's the one highlight of their team is probably their interior rushing defense.
Is it good?
It's not good. It's not terrible.
Just saying.
I would say it's good. I would say Slade and Barrow are good, yes.
Would you say the run defense is good?
Yes, Slade and Barrow are good at stopping the run. Yes, they are.
I'd say you're incorrect. All right.
How many games did you watch this year?
4. And that's about they're getting for me.
Have you seen them stop multiple teams in 4 straight possessions on the 1-yard line?
I've seen them get ran out by Western Michigan. That's enough for me to
okay, so the second game of the year.
How I felt.
That makes sense.
I mean, looks like it was right in the long run, no?
No, their rush defense is literally the best part of their team, probably. Well, not best part of their defense.
It doesn't make it good.
It is good. It's
the best part of a bad team.
It's not terrible.
That's like when Greg Monroe was here. Greg Monroe, it was the best part of a bad team. They didn't make him good.
Greg Monroe was good when he played for the Pistons.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. He was the best guy in the bad team. Stop that. You said you think Greg Monroe was good?
When he played for the Pistons, yeah. He wasn't an all-star or anything. I'm not saying he's great, but he was a good player.
Yeah. And he's out of the league.
He's out of the league. He's like 50 years old. Of course he's out of the league.
He's not. That's the
He was
thing.
actually in the league last year.
Yeah.
For what? 2 minutes?
Yeah, and still in the league.
Because of COVID situation?
COVID was years ago.
Blessing
COVID
these guys.
COVID was a fraud.
What's that?
Oh. Are you one of those?
No, not at all. No.
I'm playing.
Sus West over there.
Yeah.
COVID was a fake.
Sus West.
But we appreciate everyone for tuning in. You know where we are. We are on woodwardsports.com. We are live from 5 to 7 Monday through Friday. Make sure you check us out. Make sure you tell a friend. For the man to my left, the one, the only, Speak Easy, Young Suds holding it down the booth, and JB Smooth on the ones and twos. I am Spencer Axter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.